2023. Tymon Kolasiński, we are in for an incredible pairing here, folks.
Do not leave your seat.
10 wins for Max against 9 wins for Tymon. These guys are neck and neck when it comes to performance.
8 seconds.
And we'll see the color neutrality come out in full force. Max picking green cross here. Fumbling just a little bit at the tail end of what looked like that F2L 607.
Bit of relatively slow TPS for Max coming out here. That's usually one of his strengths for 3x3. A little bit of a lockup there. E-perm is always an unlucky case. It's something that's hard to recognize exactly which orientation you should solve it from. And so, tough solve.
And 16 moves, very long at that, even if it is all RUD. At least for some algorithms. Tymon now, he is going to be picking green cross. And really fluid turning. Got to ZBLL so quickly. That is the skill Tymon Kolasiński is here to perform with. 4.61.
That was really nice. I think he had one of the easier ZBLO cases there, but the ZBLS is so impressive to see Tymon. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Nice ZBLO case. No AUF at the end as well.
Okay, I need to learn that one.
Yeah.
That looked so good.
That one's a nice one to recognize and execute, and he didn't have AUF, so Tymon there. That's all practice, though.
Oh, he has shown up in a big way, announcing his arrival to this stage here in Seattle. Beautiful Seattle in the Washington state, the United States of America. Max taking an extra tick.
Yep, some of our competitors take a bit more time. Some of them, like Maddie, go super quickly into their solve. It's all personal preference, whatever works for you. Max starting with a 6-0, I think he's not going to be able to count that one and take the title. It'll be very hard if he does that. So he'll need to improve on the 6-0.
8 seconds.
Well, White is sitting on the bottom right now. I think all competitors may have picked White in this scenario. There's some of that fast turning Felix was mentioning. 5.21, great comeback.
Essentially non-stop turning there. A couple of nice cases to finish off last layer as well. But take a look at this F2L, folks. Ooh, that's a little bit of a fancy last edge case in order to get orientation. Just doing soon a perm, but still very, very fast.
The hallmark of Max Park solving is the turning accuracy. He's locking up way less than some of our other competitors. He has incredible turning accuracy, and that was on full display in that solve.
It's so, so important to turn accurately, and Max just putting it on full view here.
8 seconds.
Tymon looks like he's going to pick White Cross again. Yes, indeed. Can he repeat from 4.61?
Come on!
Come on, he says. 4.89. Awesome solving from Tymon. He is well on his way to a sub-5 average. That would take first place right now.
Let's take a look at this one. Oh, gets another lovely LZBLL. I think that's an 8 or 9 mover.
Easy to recognize, easy to execute.
Now that one I don't need to learn. That one even I know.
But again, to do it in this moment under these circumstances and execute cleanly.
The pace
what it
is
takes.
So good for him right now.
Max, after hearing that crowd reaction, will be interesting to see how he responds. Green is his cross of choice. Great looking solution so far. Last layer 5.90, pretty solid. Unfortunately, it does seem like he is going to be outside of what you need to count. He's going to have a tough road ahead of him if he wants to get back onto the podium.
He does have better execution here than the first solve that he had. The same OLL, this time able to perform it.
Yeah, Max, very, very consistent solver, but some of our other competitors, Tymon, Xuanyi, Yiheng, have just a little bit higher end turning speed efficiency.
8 seconds.
Tymon has worn this hat and these shorts all of World Championships, perhaps channeling some kind of energy here. What can he show? 5:31, very solid counting time. That's a better counting time than any of the averages put up so far.
It's a decent ZBLL as well. It's actually a modification of the GC perm that competitors have been having so much trouble with. He's able to execute it well. and put down a 531.
I almost thought he landed himself another 8-move ZBLL there, but it was a slightly different case. But yeah, very strong. Tymon in the Australian Open hat visited, I think at the start of 2024, went the Australian Open, I think 5 or 6 days in a row. He was loving it, and that hat's doing him wonders this weekend.
Channeling Sir Djokovic, Nadal, some of the greats. Imagining himself in that position with the crown. One of the only achievements left, perhaps, in his illustrious speedcubing career. World champion in 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. The main event 3x3 eludes him just.
And one thing that we haven't talked about so far, once we finish these 2 solvers, we will know one person on the podium guaranteed, regardless of what happens on the last 2.
Will it be Max? Will it be Tymon? Max on blue cross. Will he be the one? 6.50. I don't think so. Even if he counts that 5.21, can he get ahead? No. 5.72, his best possible average. Max Park, the 2023 world champion, will be off the podium.
Which means we will, for certain, have a new world champion.
Indeed. Indeed. Will Tymon make his return? 3rd place last year. He felt he could do a little bit better. Max instantly went for blue. Tymon now considering the white cross angle, and that's what he's going to go for. Needs some great execution. Got to ZBL so quickly. Get in for Tymon Kolasiński. 4.74. Fantastic solving from him.
Tymon is guaranteed a sub-5 average.
Yeah, that 4th scramble doing nicely there for Tymon. A slightly trickier Pi ZBLL, but again, nice distribution, getting it on the easiest scramble of the finals. That's working out really nicely for Tymon.
I mentioned Biling earlier. He is sitting next to us. His mouth is wide open. Just incredible stuff. Tymon Kolasiński will overtake Jixian Cao and will knock off Theodor Zeider from the current podium. Oh my goodness. And he will make a return to the podium as well, reclaiming it from 2023. Max Park on his last solve now. Nice OLL into PLL, 5.81 for him.
And a big round of applause there for Max as he finishes his last solve of the competition. He's had a great competition, winning 2 titles, both in 6x6 and 7x7, but it wasn't to be for 3x3 today for Max.
Still a fairly good performance from him. 592 average. Majority of our finalists getting a sub, oh my goodness, a sub-6 average.
Just incredible stuff. The level of speedcubing on display here is through the roof. Tymon with his best average in this competition, maybe aside from 5x5 world record. Sub-5 average, amazing stuff. Can he improve it? 4.75 would put him in ridiculous contention to win the entire thing. Just incredible stuff. Silence goes over the crowd. He goes into ZBLL, 5.80. Maybe not the best. He's wondering which position he's in. There's that cheer!
No matter what, Tymon Kolasiński will have a spot on the podium. A 498 average is a total of 0.4 faster than his previous World Championship average. And you can see him pop off. It's his moment.
Yeah, he is so excited. 3rd place in 2023. Will it be 2nd? Will it be 1st? Or will it be 3rd again this time? We'll find out.
Just off the camera, Max and Tymon hugging. You saw in the graphic earlier, they've gone head-to-head so many times.
Congratulations
Very familiar
to
with
both
each other.
of our finalists.
Alyssa now with Tymon and Max.
Good job, Max. Congratulations to Max Park.
Well-deserved applause from the audience as well.
Tymon Kolasiński, you have just put down the first sub-5 average in a World Championship final ever. 498. You're in the 1st position. You will be guaranteed a podium. You will match your performance in the last World Championship at least. How are you feeling?
Well, I guess statistically maybe this is expected, but after switching methods last year, I did not expect this whatsoever. I'm just shocked. I don't understand how this keeps happening.
I don't either. I feel like I'm talking to you all the time. What has the past year looked like for you as you prepared for this World Championship?
Well, after I came back from China, and even right after a competition in China ended, it was just instantly starting to learn all the ZB algorithms. And then once I learned them, I spent like an unbelievable amount of hours just practicing those algorithms so I wouldn't forget them, then trying to perfect them, and then trying to do those in solves has just been so difficult to make that switch. And I'm just hoping in the long term it's worth it. I did not think it'd be worth it or even close to being the same like this year, but here we are.
Here we are. Any shout outs, thank yous, anything you want to give?
It's too much. I don't know.
You're overwhelmed. Tymon Kolasiński, congratulations. You are on the World Championship podium.
Oh, just fantastic stuff. For the very first time in speed cubing's history, a sub-5 average in 3x3 finals, guys. Just amazing stuff. What do you think contributed to Tymon's success at this World Championship?
I mean, Tymon, like he said, he's been learning ZB, he's been practicing ZB, he's been trying to implement it, doing it in solves at the speed that he wants. And he got so many of them here and was able to do them almost perfectly. So, good practice, good execution.
I think many would sort of be expecting to see Tymon on the podium again, but again, nothing is ever guaranteed in cubing in this format. It's this high variance in these finals, and so to see him actually do it, I mean, we've seen it a million times, but to just keep on doing it is absolutely incredible. So, an absolutely fantastic performance there from Tymon. That average has a shot of winning. It would have won round one. You know, let's see what happens.
Exactly, an uphill battle perhaps for our final two competitors. There you see it, 4.98. That could win the World Championship, the fastest average we have ever seen. Tymon has an incredible ability when he comes to the US at these major championships to pull out sub-5 averages, doing so at North American All-Stars, and of course, to win the North American Championships. I believe his WCA profile picture is him holding the trophy of NAC. A huge moment for him. He should be extremely proud. He is extremely proud. An amazing solver, and he will come back to the world's podium, at least matching, as Alyssa said, if not bettering his performance from Worlds 2023.
I don't think there's ever been a better solver in a competition setting than Tymon Kolasiński.
That's coming from the greatest solver of all time, everyone, so you know he's serious when he says it. Oh, wow. And just like that, 10 solves are between us and the end of an amazing World Championship, the 2025 edition, the 12th edition, 12 years since it was last held in the United States of America. Before we go to our last two solvers, thoughts from you guys on this rendition of Worlds?
It's been fantastic as a competition. The venue's been excellent. The fact that we have 2,000 competitors and 6,000 people is just incredible.
Solvers, our second seed. He placed second at the Asian Championship. He is second world ranked in 3x3 average and is your current 3x3 single world record holder at a time of 3.05 seconds. Representing China, Xuanyi Gang. And your top seed, he has set 10 3x3 world records. He has a ridiculous 73 of the top 100 3x3 averages ever. He is your current Asian champion and placed second at the 2023 World Championships, Yiheng Wang. Runners, bring the cubes.
And then there were two, Xuanyi, Yiheng, Wang, separated by 1/100th of a second on single. Of course, Yiheng holding the world record average, the only person in the world to have sub-4 Olympic average of 5. These two have tussled many times, but never at the world stage. It's a return for Yiheng, for Xuanyi, his first world championship. A very talented solver and very masterful with ZBLL, as he demonstrates here, opening his account with a 494.
That didn't even look like anything special. The timer stopped, 494. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at this. Slight little pause there with the rotation for the last pair, but otherwise a very smooth and efficient solution from Xuanyi. It's just what we see from him.
Yiheng, Wang ending up in second place at World Championship 2023, losing by a very narrow 0.1 on average. He's looking for redemption. Perhaps the greatest 3x3 solver of all time. Extremely fluid, extremely fast. 5:45 for him to open things up. Xuanyi advantage, but it's not over yet. 8 solves remain.
Looked like there were multiple rotations that he had going from green over to orange and then back. There, I can't tell when F2L ends, OLL goes, and then PLL goes after that, though. Fantastic execution.
Transitions are just non-existent for this guy. Incredibly fluid stuff. Xuanyi now inspecting his second. I just have to point out the SpongeBob hand warmers, just amazing. Oh, a little bit locky there at the beginning, but 430. What is that shrug? We call it the aura singularity for a reason, I guess. An incredible solve. He will be counting a sub-5.
Wow, wow, wow. Finishes with the J perm as the ZBLL there. That's a nice case to get.
That's a great ZBLL.
Oh, yeah.
We saw Tymon with some nice cases. Xuanyi getting some nice treatment as well.
Oh, and hitting the shrug.
Wow.
Grabbing those SpongeBob hand warmers.
Wow, they are really working for him. Yiheng, the favorite coming into this, kind of has his back against the wall now as the crowd is silent.
This is the moment. Xuanyi's won the last 3 finals head-to-head against Yiheng, I believe. So he does have a little bit of a mental edge over him, potentially.
This would be huge. Second solve upcoming for Yiheng, Wang. And the little master delivers!
Goodness!
Bang! 3.80!
Unbelievable execution here. Look at this. Not a single, oh, there's a flaw in a solve that's 3.8 seconds long.
Oh my goodness, that is the solve of all solves. It might not be the world record, but he knows he's gotten it when it mattered most. Fantastic stuff.
8 seconds.
Oh man, Xuanyi to attempt to follow that up. Of course, he's a solver of that capability as well. This is looking extremely good. Whoa, 1.2 for himself. He's counting 430 now.
Whoa! That's insane. And just the stare into the crowd.
Stare down at the camera. Look at this solution. Oh my goodness, he does a pair before he finishes his last cross edge. Getting another Olo, skipping a T-perm. Again, look, if you're getting J-perms and T-perms as your ZB cases, wow.
Dude, I don't care if Yiheng has 73 of the top 100 averages. If you get cases like that while you orient edges, just insanity.
Oh, it's Titans at the top.
Oh, man.
He does have that 3.8, which he's very capable of another one, and that'll get him a counting 3, and that'll put him in a great spot if he can do it. So that 3.8 is very, very beneficial.
And remember, as we've mentioned earlier, these scrambles looking pretty good for white-yellow.
Especially the fourth.
White-yellow only. Here we go, a huge third solve here. Yiheng, great turning, absolutely flawless.
Oh my goodness, they're neck and neck.
They are counting solves just 1/100th of a second apart. Yiheng, Wang, Xuanyi, absolutely incredible. Oh man, I can't imagine what I'm thinking if I were Tymon Kolasiński. I don't think he has a chance.
And he has an end perm?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
A little bit unlucky there for Yiheng. Now, scramble 4, scramble 4.
Let's just let this play out. Xuanyi.
Scramble 4, 395.
A sub-4 solve of his own. Absolutely no emotion. Nerves of steel, 3.95. Xuanyi is in the driver's seat to win this world championship. He is guaranteed to get a sub 4.5 average. What is the world we live in?
Unbelievable. And he's on PR pace as well, by the way. Remember, he's got a PR average of 432. And to break PR in World's Finals.
Incredible, incredible. Let's see what Yiheng can do on this 4th solve, though.
What a set of scrambles. We are seeing an amazing pairing. We've had back-to-back fireworks from Yiheng, Xuanyi. Oh, the best. Like I say, the best always shine when the pressure is highest. And man, these guys are proving me right. Now, Yiheng does have 5.45. If he were to count that,
Yiheng, before the solve, calling about flash in the audience.
the flash photography, of course, very distracting for solvers.
Correctly calling it beforehand. There should be no issues here. He'll be able to take an extra second to compose himself and focus on this incredible scramble.
And of course, yeah, this is number 4, the one that might matter the most, the one that might win the world championship for Hyung Wang.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! For 3.94, he's going to count that solve. I need to see WPA, BPA populate here. 402, 457. It's not over yet, folks. One of these two is going to win the world championship, and it's going to come down to the final solve.
Look at the PLLs that Yiheng is getting. He's getting E-perms. He's getting N-perms.
Can you believe it? 3 sub-4s in one pairing. Xuanyi solve 5. What can he put on here? Another Soon ZBLL, 5.10. The worst possible average, 4.49. It is possible for Yiheng to do worse. He would need to count a 5.45.
All he needs for the World Championship is a 5.23.
Yiheng finds himself in the exact same situation as he faced himself in 2 years ago, needing the solve on the last round.
He was the last solver at Worlds 2023. He's going to be the one to close out this World Championships. You can hear him calling out the flash. Once again, of course, they'll be dealt with.
This would be incredible redemption for Yiheng after such a narrow miss in 2023.
Keaton Ellis, Felix Zemdegs, could you write a better story than this?
Absolutely not.
5.23 to win the World Championship, put a cap on an amazing career at just 11 years old. Xuanyi could also win it here. It all depends on this solve. And I'm not even going to commentate it. Yiheng, take it away. And he's done it! Yiheng Wang is your world champion. The absolute pop-off, 4.43. He's done it with an incredible average, 4.23. The podium is all sub-5. Worlds 2025 comes to an epic conclusion. Yiheng Wang gets redemption and tastes gold at the World Championship.
2 years ago, did not make it on the last solve and loses to Max Park by 0.01. This time, Yiheng takes it in fashion, winning by more than a quarter of a second.
Just amazing stuff from Yiheng Wang, trading threes with Xuanyi Gang. Here's Alyssa.
Here. This is your world champion, Yiheng Wang. Yiheng, congratulations. How do you feel?
一恒，首先非常的恭喜你，你现在感觉如何？
我感觉非常好，感谢大家。
I feel very good. Thank you, everyone.
Did you have any of your solves that stood out to you or any of the scrambles that were really interesting to you?
刚才你5次还原里面有哪次还原你觉得对于你来说很特殊吗？或者哪些打乱你觉得很让你记忆犹深吗？
我认为第一把非常特殊，因为我第一把就做的没有那么好，但是我后面4把稳住了。
I think the first solve was very special because I didn't do too well on the first solve, but luckily I was able to hold in for the next 4 solves.
I know you've been thinking about this for the last 2 years since the last World Championship. So what has the last 2 years looked like for you, and how does it feel to finally be here?
我们知道，自从上一次的世锦赛，你肯定一直想要拿到这个世界冠军的位置。那么，所以我们想知道这2年你都在想什么，然后现在这个时刻对于你来说，代表什么呢？
我认为我这2年的训练就是非常的辛苦，但是我这次拿了世锦赛冠军之后，我认为就代表就是我拿了3届平均、3届单次，还有世锦赛的冠军。
Well, it has been 2 very difficult years for me, but now I'm happy that I got the world champion, the 3x3 single, and the 3x3 average records.
Yiheng, congratulations. This is your world champion, Yiheng Wang.
Bask in the glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for our closing ceremony, our awards. So hang tight with us. We're getting our awards up and getting settled. We'll get started in a few minutes. Thank you.
As we prepare for the awards ceremony, I'm out of breath. I don't know, you guys. Can you describe what we've seen here? 2 giants of our sport, maybe not literally, but figuratively, throw darts back and forth, and they hit bullseye time and time again. 4.23, the winning average at Worlds 2025, and it had to be Yiheng Wang, didn't it?
It had to be. The redemption story is complete, and to do it after that start, like you said, Xuanyi was putting down those times, and Yiheng would have been under so much pressure after that start with Xuanyi counting the low 4, and to come back and finish on the last solve strongly. I mean, what can you say? Absolutely incredible. So well deserved.
Yiheng also listens to the crowd roar every time Xuanyi gets a time, and he's able to match it every single solve.
Only 1 solve of Xuanyi's was worse than Tymon's average, which meant that he was guaranteed to beat Tymon, ending up in 3rd place. An incredible effort from him, falling just short. But can you blame him? Man, amazing stuff from the 2 Chinese competitors. Yiheng Wang, Xuanyi Gang, 3.80 single, 3.95 single. Xuanyi coming up just short, unfortunately, but I have a feeling we are going to see him in 2 years' time.
I think so. And rounding out our top 5, Qishan Cao and Madi Hiroto Inaba both should be very pleased with that performance. They were on that podium right until the end there.
Incredible stuff from Qishan Cao. She is showing that it is not just a boys' sport, and she is here to play with the big dogs, narrowly missing out. I say narrowly, half a second on average, but again, we will see her return surely in major competitions in the future. Madi Hiroto Inaba, the top placing American, can you believe it? 5.47. He goes by many names.